Hello and welcome to the Ceremonial Topping Out event at Valleywise Health Medical Center. Today you will be witnessing a historic moment, not only for the Valley's public safety net healthcare system, but for all Maricopa County residents who rely on this exceptional care now and into the future. On behalf of all of us at Valleywise Health, I want to thank you for tuning in for this important moment. My name is Lauren Vargas and I'm honored to be your event host for today. I've been on the marketing team here at Valleywise Health for 3 years, and I've seen a lot of change and a lot of progress in that short time, but today is certainly one for the record books. We have a very special program for you this morning as we take a look back at where we came from, explore where we're going, and talk with a few people who helped make this dream a reality. And speaking of which, it's now my pleasure to introduce Valleywise Health President and CEO Steve Purvis. Steve has nearly 40 years of experience as a healthcare executive, and since 2013 has led a massive financial turnaround for this organization. Steve, come on down, join me.
Good morning, Lauren.
Thank you so much for being here.
I'm delighted to be here.
Well, I hope you're not scared of heights because we're actually standing on the roof of the current Valleywise Health Medical Center.
Right, and this is an amazing view up here.
How does it feel to have reached this milestone?
Well, I will tell you, it's a tremendous sense of satisfaction looking at the progress that we've made. It's a big day for Maricopa County, for Arizona, and for all the people here at Valleywise Health.
Well, it's certainly a beautiful day, a little bit breezy out here, and we're actually standing in the heart of Central Phoenix. You know, we're at 24th Street and Roosevelt. You can even see the downtown buildings behind us. You know, and I feel like it really goes to show that we are the community's hospital. We're right here in the heart of it all, and we're here to stay.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've been here serving our community for so long, for over 150 years, frankly. And we've been in this building for over 50 years, and so this facility is going to take us to new heights.
You know, I actually learned today that it's the 140th birthday of the city of Phoenix. So it's a perfect time to be celebrating all of this. And like you said, we've been around for over 140 years serving this community. Before we get into the new medical center, let's touch on our current medical center for a little bit and talk about how it's served this community for decades.
Well, we go back a long ways serving our community. We were here before Arizona was a state. Arizona became a state in 1912, but we were here in the late 1800s. We've always had the same mission, to serve the less fortunate, vulnerable patients. And we've carried out that mission successfully over many years. We became Arizona's first teaching hospital in 1952, and that's certainly something that is a core mission of ours. We developed the Arizona Burn Center, and we're finally going to have great new facilities as a part of this project. So we have a long, proud history of serving the community, always being the community's hospital here. So this is a great day for us, and so we're excited about the ceremony today.
You know, the current Valleywise Health Medical Center does have a lot of meaning for people, whether they worked here or were treated here. Can you talk about how that legacy will continue in the new facility?
Well, we've had a long legacy of dedicated people, people who work in and around our health system are mission focused. And they do outstanding work. You know, we've seen that lived out throughout this pandemic. And we're finally going to have facilities now that reflect the quality of their care that they're giving to patients and their families. And so it really means a lot to everyone in and around our health system that we're able to bring state-of-the-art facilities that enable outstanding learning environment as well as outstanding patient care.
And you know, a lot of people are starting to notice that transformation of their healthcare system. We've got new clinics opening, new hospitals, new comprehensive health centers. Talk a little bit about how this was all possible.
Well, it took a lot of hard work and a lot of foresight and a lot of activity by a lot of different people from all walks of life here in Maricopa County. Certainly the board of directors that had the vision to set this in motion years ago. We had a bond advisory committee that dedicated citizens, from our community who had the foresight to make recommendations to our board. We had a medical staff, a dedicated medical staff, certainly our caregivers, our senior leadership team, the administration actually that was here before I got here. Everyone was involved, in bringing this to fruition. But most importantly, we had the support of the people of Maricopa County. This would not have been possible without the Proposition 480 being passed overwhelmingly by the voters of Maricopa County. So we have a lot of people to thank about how we got here today.
It's certainly been a labor of love for a lot of people going back several years. Let's take a closer look now at how we got here.
We are the safety net for Maricopa County. We're the hospital that will take you in when you can go no place else. We are the clinics who will see you and help you when nobody else will.
It's infectious. People get it when they come down and take a tour of how committed our healthcare workers, we call them healthcare heroes now after the last year especially.
Oh, people are really excited. You know, this is once in a lifetime opportunity, right?
It takes a long time. You know, it's taken us almost 2 decades to do this, but the fruits of our labor are being shown.
The new hospital gives a focus on public health and the outreach.
It's a monumental feat because just even planning the political game of getting something approved and educating the public on why they should invest in public health is very difficult.
When we went out to the voters, you know, several years ago for a bond and said, you know, trust us, we want to keep providing services, but we want to provide them with respect to the community. We need to upgrade, so please invest in us. And they did. They invested $1 billion.
When the doors open in 2023, I'm most excited to see the smiles on the faces of the people that have been working so hard for so long to make it happen. So to see it finally happen, I think will be incredible.
We're really excited. I think the bottom line is not about us, it is about the patients. I think they deserve to get the best care, which we already provide.
I like to say that our docs and nurses have been kind of clawing and scratching to do everything they can to take care of our community. Now they finally have the place being built for them that they deserve.
But the hospital here, it'll be like a shining beacon for us. And it's a matter of pride. You know, a lot of people in the past used to say, well, it's county services, you know, like it was substandard. We're not substandard. We're going to be better than anybody. And a new building kind of reflects that. You know, we're proud of who we are. We respect the community, and we're going to give them the very best services in the very best facility. And we're going to do it because they invested in us.
Such a great video. Thank you again to everyone who had a hand in making this dream a reality. With me now is Dr. Michael White, Chief Clinical Officer at Valleywise Health. Thanks so much for being on the roof with us today.
Thanks for inviting me, Lauren. This is such a great day for Valleywise Health and for our new medical center here today.
Absolutely. So tell me some of the features that this new hospital and medical center will provide when it does open.
So really, this is the culmination of one of our initiatives through the Whole Care Reimagined project here. So what we're going to see is a new 10-story acute care facility, which is going to house all of the things that we do today here in the medical center, but we're just enhanced and kicked up a notch with modern state-of-the-art technology. We'll continue to have our Level 1 Trauma Center, the Arizona Burn Center, our NICU, our Pediatric Emergency Department, and really just being able to go into new facilities and upgraded facilities to continue to serve our safety net population.
Maybe they'll even have a nice corner office for you in that space. How about that?
It'll be all right. So we'll do okay. So we'll do okay from there.
But you know, it's really interesting how the clinical teams had a direct hand in designing this facility. You know, how did they talk with the construction crews and how did that process work?
So our whole Prop 480 project, under the moniker of Care Reimagined, we came together as a clinical team to really decide how we wanted to transform healthcare and safety net healthcare in Maricopa County. And that includes engaging everyone that will work in this facility. So we had multiple design sessions, multiple groups working with the end users to say, what works great in this space? If you've worked in other spaces across the country and brought your talents here, what can we take from there and learn and incorporate that into the design of this facility, again, to provide the most high quality, best patient experience that we can to serve our folks.
Right. What are you most excited for personally?
So I'm most excited that we really get to have facilities to practice to the exceptional care that we deliver. These facilities will match the quality of care that we have, as well as now we are going to have one of the highest quality state-of-the-art learning environments for all the healthcare professionals that we have the honor of training. We train over 300 residents a year, over 1,500 to 2,000 health profession students from nursing, pharmacy, physical therapy, occupational therapy, all breaths into these facilities facilities, to have the environment and the equipment that they'll get to learn on, and then be able to then use those talents wherever they go to serve our patients.
How are the healthcare workers feeling about this? Like I said with Steve, this current medical center does mean a lot to people. So is it almost a little bit bittersweet to make this transition?
It is bittersweet. People, are very dedicated to the patients that we serve. They've come to the term, they've really welcomed and embraced the facilities that we have to serve our mission, to be able to do what we do, and being able then to now carry that. We'll build new memories. We'll come into that new facility, make it our own, but able to then elevate the amount of care and elevate the environment in which we're delivering that care.
Thank you so much, Dr. White.
Oh, thank you, Lauren.
Let's take a closer look now at what we have to look forward to when the doors do finally open in 2023.
People will be excited. There's always excitement with new. I think everybody's looking forward to getting in there and kind of figuring it out. We get comfortable in our ways of doing things in the old building. Well, we're going to figure out new ways and better ways to do it in the new building. They do ask our opinion. We have had input into the clinical entities and the operational flow for patient care. So yes, we had a voice. With the new building, with the new start, with the new celebration of us, the word has been out. Give us a chance. I think people would be amazed.
One of the beauties of this is that Valleywise is, not only are they great at education, their mission is really to take care of those less fortunate, right? That's one of Valleywise's goals. You have an educational institution who has that mission in mind, who also does research. And that's going to be the blessing to the community here, as we'll be developing new techniques, new trials, research that goes along with this population health research that will really benefit the community here in Phoenix.
The new Arizona Burn Center is going to be one of the largest burn centers in the United States. It is going to be the most progressive, most modern, and is going to have a number of unique features that is really going to allow us to take care of burn patients, not only acutely, but long-term in just a tremendous fashion. It is going to be the state-of-the-art, the epitome, the burn center that every burn care professional would want to have.
I really hope for the image it portrays to the public, that it puts us on an equal playing field with every other healthcare system in Phoenix. We are no different. I'll put us out there and say we're probably better than most. We are the underdog, if you will, in the community because we've always been viewed as the county hospital. We're not going to do that anymore. So I think it's a level playing field.
And standing here with me now is Phil Glenn, Project Director at Kitchell. Phil, it's hard to believe how much has been accomplished in just a year when you think about the fact that it was almost a year ago to the day we had our groundbreaking on February 26th.
Absolutely. It's incredible to see the progress and the change that's happened. And of course, soon after that, we started to feel the effects of the pandemic. And of course, a complex construction project like this also feels those effects. And to be able to continue planning and coordinating and executing the work throughout that is just a testament to the strength of the team that we had together, starting of course with Valleywise and the staff and their involvement, and working with Vanner Construction on the program management, and then our great design teams, Cunningham Group Architects, EYP, AEI Engineering, and CTS Engineering. And we at Kitchell just are so proud to be able to be a part of the team to make this a reality.
Well, your work is paying off, certainly. This topping out ceremony is so special for all of us, but almost more than anybody is your construction teams. Can you explain to us what a topping out ceremony actually is and why it's become a tradition in the construction industry?
Absolutely. In construction, topping outs have been a tradition for a long, long time, back hundreds of years even. And it's such a great milestone to recognize with the workers that are putting the work in place, to have a chance to take a breath and look and see the progress that's been made. Now, the topping out is when the final piece of the structure is put into place, and it's significant that we've reached our highest point of construction. So that's the tradition, and we're so glad to be a partner with Amfab Steel and the steel erector LPR. They've been here through the heat, through everything, dealing with this, and they've done an excellent job. It's a really great milestone for them and for all of us.
Well, I think it's time to get this party started. What do you say?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's start lifting that beam. You want to tell them to kick it off?
I'll let them know.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and raise the beam.
You heard it, raise the beam. Let's see what happens. So while this is going on, can you kind of explain this process? I mean, clearly you've done it, what, hundreds of times so far?
Yeah, of course, right now, there's a lot of stuff on this beam that's been painted white so that we could have signatures on it of all the staff at the hospital, the workers putting it together, and it's really a great opportunity. And we have flags and banners and things where, of course, that's not typical, but the process is the same. As we raise the beam, it'll go up and we'll have crews signaling to the crane operator where it needs to go so that it can be placed safely and appropriately. There are 2 steel workers up on the top that will help guide it into its final spot with ropes that are attached to it so they can get it securely fastened in place and it'll become a permanent part of Valleywise Hospital.
Do you know how much this beam weighs? It's got to be pretty heavy.
It's these beams, all of them range in different weights depending on where they are in the structure, but absolutely, yeah, it's so impressive to see what goes in to making this a reality and how massive the structure has to be to support this building.
Now talk about the tree that's on top. I did not realize that would be part of the ceremony today.
Yeah, so there's a tradition as part of the topping out to have a small evergreen tree on top of it. And it dates back hundreds of years of including that as part of the process. And it's significant of moving on from the structural phase of the building to kind of symbolize bringing life to the building now. And it also represents getting to this point safely and a hope to continue on safely throughout the balance of the project.
How many of these have you been a part of since you started in construction?
At this point, I've had the chance to be a part of several, a half dozen or so.
Okay.
In one capacity or another, but this is definitely one that will stand out for me for the rest of my career and my life to be a part of this great project.
What makes this project different to you?
It's the size of the project is impressive. It's a big hospital and we're so excited to be able to do that and be involved in it, but also just understanding the way that this project serves the community and what it's going to continue to mean for the people of Maricopa County. Not just us as construction workers seeing it and being impressed with the size of it, but knowing that once we have the chance to be finished and how it's going to continue to serve all those people that we live with, and that's really great.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but this kind of signifies the end of phase 1 of construction. So what's the next phase? What are we looking to do next?
Yeah, so as we've finished up on this site, we've been able to get a lot of the infrastructure in place leading up to starting the build of the tower. And this is significant for us to be able to move on from the structural phase into the balance of the build out of this building to really see those spaces that have been planned so meticulously by the Valleywise clinical staff and the design team, to start to see those all really come into place and be a reality is really exciting.
When are we going to start seeing walls go up and this start to fill in?
So around on the very south side, it's already started.
Okay.
So as the steel goes up, we start placing the concrete decks, getting that in place, and it kind of follows the sequence of the steel. And now already we're starting to get the exterior framing and enclosure in place, and some of the critical points on the inside are already moving forward into that next phase to make the building really live and ready for us to really start seeing the exciting stuff, those clinical spaces start to come into place.
This is so exciting. It looks like the beam is almost at its final resting place.
Exactly, it's getting close and you can see how breezy it is, and these iron workers just impress me all the time of what they do, and they just have nerves of steel with this stuff, no pun intended.
Right.
But it's really great to see them up there and to be able to do that and bring that into place.
And we'll always remember this moment. So many people took time to sign this beam a couple, over the last couple weeks. People who work here and have a long history here. Hopefully your team got a chance to sign it as well.
We did, and this morning the iron workers who have spent so much time working on this structure got a chance to get in and sign it as well and get their names on it for their role that they played in making this real.
How long does the Christmas tree, well, maybe not a Christmas tree, the evergreen tree and the flags, how long do they stay on? Or as soon as this is on, you are going to remove that?
We'll keep those on place for a little while today, but then really everyone's going to take a breath, celebrate a little bit, and then that'll come off and we'll move right on into the rest of getting this hospital built.
Nice. And I can actually see a bunch of the construction team down on the ground floor watching this. It must be a really important moment, you know, for them as well.
It is. And unfortunately, because of the pandemic, we have to have this virtual event. But we're grateful to be able to have the ability to do that still. But these workers are here on site every day making this a reality, and it's a great work that they're doing.
Still special for them. So what's happening now? It's getting lowered down.
So it is, and they're having to be a little bit more deliberate and slow with the wind just to make sure that that they can manage it. And
Yeah,
get
there
it all
was
put
a
in
chance
place.
we almost didn't do this today because it is pretty windy.
We've been keeping a close eye on it, and the crane has instruments to tell them to make sure they're operating within safe parameters as it relates to the wind and everything. But it definitely will slow them down just a bit to make sure that those guys can get that beam, get caught hold of it, and get it brought into place without any trouble.
And Steve, you're back here with us. How does it feel to be watching this for you?
Well, this is just incredible to me. I mean, I was looking down at the iron workers and all the other construction workers that are there, all gathered around, and you know, it's really just as special to them as it is, you know, to all of us.
Right.
So this is an amazing sight. We'll remember it forever.
Have you ever been part of a topping out before in your
Yes,
experience?
I've been involved in a number of large construction projects, but you know, as Phil said, I mean, this one will absolutely stand out above all of them, and it's mainly because of what this facility will do to improve quality of life, you know, for the people of Maricopa County and all Arizonans, frankly.
Absolutely. And this last year has been so challenging for all of us. So the fact that we're moving forward and we're not letting that stop us and continuing to provide, you know, these services and facilities is really a testament to our commitment to the mission.
Absolutely it is, and it's just everybody that's had a hand in this, you know, every single one of them were absolutely important and critical. So it's a real great team effort, and we appreciate Kitchell's the amazing job that they've been doing, you know, with this.
Absolutely. Phil, are we close?
We are
tell
close.
us what's happening.
You can see they're getting a hold of the ends so they can get it in place, and they'll get it fitted up, get bolts in place, and then they'll give a thumbs up and let us know that it's been bolted in place. So they're really close at this point.
This is so exciting. Well, there are lots of people who couldn't be here with us today, but we wanted to allow them to say a few words of congratulations. Let's take a look at what they have to say.
Hello, this is Governor Ducey.
Hi, State Representative Reginald Bowden here.
I'm Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego, and I want to congratulate Valleywise Health on this historic milestone.
Hi, Michael Crow here, President of Arizona State University. What a fantastic day.
This is Director Woody Thomas. I'm so honored to be a part of the Valleywise system.
The Valleywise Health family, I just want to congratulate you on 140 years of service to this community. What you do is so important to everyone, and we know that for those in need, those suffering, those that you care for, not only for them but their families, that sense of peace to know they're in good hands makes a considerable difference.
This is a huge milestone for Arizona's only public teaching hospital.
Valleywise Health has been training physicians since 1952, and that proud tradition will continue even stronger in this new medical center.
With the construction of this new facility, the world-renowned Arizona Burn Center will have a brand new and expanded space to continue serving burn survivors from across the Southwest.
It's wonderful to have this celebration and to celebrate the beam, the new building, and what it will mean for high-quality care for those in our community, as well as all of the lives who have been touched by Valleywise Health.
We know since 1952, the work that you've been doing with physicians has been a proud tradition for our state and has produced amazing results for what we all know is extremely important, public health here in Arizona.
This is one of the greatest institutions in Arizona, serving the public directly, turning no one away, doing all that we can to move this idea of a public teaching hospital, deeply committed to the public forward. And so we're just really, really excited over here at ASU for everything happening at Valleywise.
Thank you for all you've done to build a better community, a healthier community. I hope this year more than ever, we can appreciate the contribution to a healthier Arizona.
And to the staff and physicians at Valleywise Health, thank you for your ongoing hard work and support as we continue the fight against COVID-19.
Thank you again to the Arizona voters, and congratulations, Valleywise.
Congratulations to everyone involved, and be well and keep keeping us healthy.
Thank you for all that you do, and looking forward to many more memories.
Congratulations to everyone involved in making this historic day possible.
We are so proud to be a partner with you in serving this community. I wish you well. Thank you for all you've done during these trying times, and I wish you nothing but success and good health in the future.
Some pretty big names in that video. Pretty cool to see support coming from all over the state from our leaders.
Well, we're just very honored to have their support, and they were so instrumental in the entire lead up, to this wonderful day. And so we appreciate them taking the time to send their congratulations. We appreciate everybody that tuned in today. You all are part of this as well, as part of our greater community. And so we're just so thrilled to be able to bring this to fruition today.
Absolutely. Well, that about wraps up our show for today. Thank you so much again for tuning in. It's certainly not the end. We've got a lot more work to do, so please keep in touch with us on our website, valleywisehealth.org, and on our social media accounts. So keep in touch and have a great rest of your day, everybody.